I'd like to call then to order the Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting for April 23rd, 2020. The first item on our agenda, we have an item to be struck, do we not, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, we do. We have item G under Will Rogers World Airport. I would like to strike, and we'll bring that back at a subsequent meeting. Again, that's item G under Will Rogers World Airports. Please strike that from the agenda. With
that being said, I need a motion and a second, and we'll take a vote to approve the minutes of the March 26th, 2020 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting.
I'll second.
We have a motion in a second. Please cast your votes. And the motion is approved. Next on our agenda is the director's
everybody
report.
Hasn't voted yet.
Are we supposed to see a pop-up to vote?
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing's coming up on mine.
You didn't get it. Just tell her you didn't.
I did not get a pop-up, Francis, that I can see.
Nor did I.
Nor did I.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back and get your voting screens up. Mickey, would you talk to them on how to get their voting screens up?
Yep.
Well-
Okay, so trustees, you should have two screens that you can see. You should have the meeting viewer screen, which is the screen right now that has like the item and it says moved by, seconded by, and then that's your Zoom window. You need to minimize the Zoom window so that you can see your PrimeGov viewer for the live meeting to make your vote, and it will have the buttons up on it for you to say aye, nay, or abstain.
Well, I'm looking at mine and I don't see that.
You don't either, so just say aye.
I don't see that either.
Aye.
But I can actually say aye.
Do it. Vote.
I can say aye.
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 Okay, we'll have to do a roll call vote. Okay, Larry McAtee, yes or no? You muted me.
You're
McAtee,
Yeah.
Aye.
Free.
Aye.
Aye.
Todd Stone, Stone, is he muted?
Aye. Yeah, I've got my voting buttons up and voted yay, but the problem is now I can't get my Zoom back up to unmute.
Okay, Salmon,
Aye.
okay, motion passes unanimously.
All right. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Next on the agenda is the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a time when I often talk about boarding enplanements at Will Rogers World Airport, and I do want to hit that briefly this morning. As you know, because of COVID-19, since the middle of March, our passenger numbers through the security checkpoint have dramatically declined. Typically, we'll have 6,500 to 7,000 passengers going through the checkpoint on a daily basis, and as low numbers as 289 on April 15th is what we saw going through the checkpoint. So significantly, airline schedules have been changed. They almost change weekly on a regular basis. We're seeing reduced daily frequencies, which are the amount of flights per day to a nonstop destination, which also translates into a much reduced available seats. At Oklahoma City, nearly all the carriers have suspended service to some of their markets, and I'll cover those now briefly. Southwest Airlines has temporarily suspended St. Louis, Las Vegas, Baltimore, and Reagan National, which is commonly known as DCA. However, just a couple of days ago, they have tentatively said that they would probably reinstate those at the end of June. United Airlines has suspended San Francisco. American Airlines has suspended Los Angeles, Philadelphia, also DCA, and Delta Airlines has suspended Detroit. So all of the carriers are telling us that these markets are temporarily suspended, and we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Very grateful that Southwest at least has announced that what they have suspended will be returning back in June. So our traffic counts, just so you know, all the passenger-related activities are down well over 95%, which is pretty significant. So it will take some time to bounce back with regard to air travel, and this just is a new area for us. So we'll just have to see what happens. So that's my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mark. Next on our agenda is to receive the proposed trust budget for fiscal year 2021, to review and set a presentation for the final approval on the May 2020 trust meeting.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's typical this time of the year, we always ask you to receive the airport trust budget that is proposed for fiscal year 2021, which begins on July the 1st. And we have set our presentation and approval of the budget at the May airport trust meeting. Just some preliminary comments, and you have the trust budget, proposed budget available to you. But from a very high level, because of all the impacts to air travel, we have adjusted our budget going forward. On the revenues that we're projecting for fiscal year 2021, we're looking at over a 25% decrease in projected revenues, which is a little over $18.2 million. We are anticipating a little increase in grant revenues, and that is because of the CARES Act funding that the Airport Trust will receive in the next few weeks. And that increase in grant funds comes to about $6,400,000. On the expenses side, we're decreasing our operating expenses over 11%, which results in about a $5.7 million reduction. And we have already decreased capital expenditures in this fiscal year, but for fiscal year 2021, we're projecting over $32 million less in capital expenditures than what we had previously planned. And at the May Airport Trust meeting, I'll give a more formal presentation and provide more details on the upcoming trust budget. Those are my comments, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Madam Secretary, do we need a motion to receive this, or do we just move on?
Yes, we need a motion, Mr. Chair.
The chair will entertain a motion to receive the director, to receive the budget.
I move to receive.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I'll now call roll. Larry McAtee,
Yes.
Kirk Humphrey,
Aye.
Todd Stone,
Aye.
Craig Freeman,
Aye.
and Terry Salmon.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Next on our agenda is Will Rogers World Airport. Mr. Director.
Under Will Rogers World Airport, requesting approval for item A, which is to receive the recommendation regarding bids that were opened on March 25th. And this is for the food court infrastructure upgrades project. We're awarding the contract to Timberlake Construction Company Incorporated for $265,000, approving the contract and bonds. Item B is ratifying and approving change order number 1 to the contract with Alva Roofing Company. This is for the South Maintenance Facility Roof Replacement Project. It's an increase of $6,698.36 and adding 21 calendar days. Item C is approving change order number 2 to the contract with Libra Electric Company for the medium voltage transformer replacement and radar antenna lab feed project, an increase of 72 days. Item D is approving change order 3 to the contract with ATEC Paving. This is for the cell phone waiting lot project. We're adding 30 calendar days. And item E is approved change order number 4 to the contract with Crossland Heavy Contractors Incorporated. This is to rehabilitate the Terminal Access Roadway Phase 1 project, increase of $49,625.37. And last, under Will Rogers, item F is to approve change order number 13 to the contract with Timberlake Construction Company. This is for the terminal expansion project, an increase of $398,368.94 and adding 4 calendar days. Mr. Chair, request all the items, approval for all the items under Will Rogers World Airport.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Chair will entertain a motion to approve.
Move approval.
Is
Second.
there a second? Any comments or questions? Hearing none. Madam Secretary, if you call the roll.
McAtee,
Yes.
Humphries,
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Salmon.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is the Wiley Post Airport.
Mr. Chairman, I have 2 items. Item A is to approve amendment number 2 to the contract with Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates. This is for the mechanical and plumbing systems replacement project. It's an increase of $4,298. Item B is approved change order number 3 to the contract with Hunter Mechanical and Controls Incorporated for the same project. It's an increase of $13,092.95. We're adding 14 calendar days to the project. Request those items approved for Wiley Post.
The chairman will entertain a motion to accept.
Move approval.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, if you call the roll.
McAtee,
Yes.
Humphries,
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Salmon.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Next on the agenda is some items under general. Mr. Director?
Under general item A, we ask you to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, the construction project status report, and the budget to actual report as of March 31st. Item B is approve the fiscal year 21 agreement that we have for project consultant selection and design review services with the City of Oklahoma City. Item C is approving amendment number 1 to the annual maintenance contract with Southeast Plumbing and Backhoe Incorporated, renewing the contract for its first renewal. Item D is approving amendment number 1 to the annual maintenance contract for the paving repairs and maintenance contract with Rudy Construction, renewing that contract for its first renewal period. Item E is approving amendment number 2 to the facilities maintenance on-call engineering agreement with Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates for its second renewal option. And last, item F is to adopt a joint resolution between the Airport Trust and the City of Oklahoma City. This is to submit grant applications for the anticipated coronavirus aid relief and economic security, otherwise known as the CARES Act grant funding by the Federal Aviation Administration for Will Rogers World Airport, Wiley Post Airport, and Clarence E. Page Airport. Request all the items approved under general.
Thank you, Mr. Director. You've heard the items under general. The chair will entertain a motion if there are no comments or questions.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Madam Clerk, if you'd call the roll.
McAtee,
Yes.
Humphries,
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Salmon.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Next on our agenda are lease and other agreements.
Item A is to approve supplement number 1 to the professional services contract with Securitas Security Services USA Incorporated. Item B is approve supplement number 2 to the lease and operations agreement with SkyWest Airlines Incorporated. We're revising Exhibit B. Item C is approve and accept the assumption agreement and the use guarantee for the conveyance of PWA-T hangar number 302 from Bantco LLC to PWA 302 LLC Item D is approve the lease agreement between the Airport Trust and Nathan Ritchie for an individual aircraft hangar site for the storage of a privately owned aircraft at Clarence E. Page Airport. Item E is ratify and approve supplement number 4 to the contract with JetBridge America. This is extending the contract to November 21st, 2020, estimated amount of $15,937.50. Item F is ratify and approve supplement number 4 to the operations and maintenance services contract with Terrace Global USA Incorporated. They provide the operations and maintenance services for the checked baggage inspection system at Will Rogers. It's in an estimated amount of $604,362. Request approval for all the items under leases and other agreements.
You've heard a request for approval for things under leases and other agreements. What's the desire of the trustees?
Move approval.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
McAtee,
Yes.
Humphries.
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Salmon.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously.
Thank you, ma'am. Next on the agenda is a resolution ratifying the action of the Director of Airports.
Thank you,
Move
Mr.
approval.
Chairman. Yes, request approval. Thank you.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
McAtee,
Yes.
Humphries,
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Salmon.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously.
Thank you all. Now it's time for some comments. Are there any trustees that would like to make a comment about anything about the airport or the morning's session? Hearing none, are there any staff members who would like to make a comment that are in the audience? Again, hearing none, are there any citizens who, we have no record of anybody asking to speak, but is there anybody, any citizen who would like to make 3 minutes worth of comments? Again, seeing none, we are adjourned.
Thank you all.